Hi, I am DG of Photo Lighthouse. Today I'm going to be taking us through 8 steps to help us prepare for our photo shoot. Step number 1, get into the right frame of mind. For you to have a successful photo shoot, you need to have the right mindset. For some people, photo shoots are fun. They look forward to it because that's the opportunity for them to express all the fantasy poses they always practice in front of the mirror every day. But for some people, it's a dreadful experience. Meeting with a stranger for the first time who's going to be giving them instructions on how to pose, awkward poses, telling them to make funny faces, particularly for those people who don't like smiling. But a photo shoot is meant to be fun. If you're going it alone, it's a day when it's all about you. For those 2-3 hours you're going to be shooting, it's all about you. You have the photographer, the hairstylist, you have the makeup artist, all doting around you. Everybody working together to make sure that you look perfect. And if it's a family photo shoot, it's a time to bond. The truth is, for family photo shoots, it's really not about the pictures. It's about the experience. I know you're wondering how about the experience. Think about it. You're a typical Lagos family. The father leaves very early in the morning, doesn't come back till late at night. On weekends, he has 1 or 2 meetings and all that. The family photo shoot is that time, the 3 to 4 hours you'd all spend together, bonding. For the wife, your poses unite you guys together. You're having to hold, to laugh, For the kids, your father is tickling you, he's playing with you and all that. That is something that doesn't happen every day. So, bear in mind, the photo shoot is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a time that you bond together. And you know the good thing? Everything is captured on pictures. Every time you look at that picture, it will bring back that memory. And that's why I said, it's really not about the photos, but about the experience. Tip number 2. Agree on a theme. Photo shoots are meant to be themed. So you might decide, we're going to do 3 sets of outfits. The first would be maybe tops with khakis. The second would be shirts, white shirts and blue jeans. And for the typical Africans, the third would be the traditional attire. So you agree on this before time. And there's a need for you to coordinate your colors. So you have to agree. Are the men going to wear dark blue jeans with white shirts, while the ladies are going to wear white shirts with white pants? So you need to agree on all those things. Are we going to wear all khakis? Are we going to wear shirts with different colors, but all of them must have red, uniting us all? Are we going to do different shades of blue? So maybe some people wear light blue, some others dark blue. Agree on that theme. And once you do, it's good you discuss it with your photographer so he could, chip in something professionally too. Point number 3, prepare. Prepare for your shoot. For many of us who reside on lastminute.com, it might be the night before. You're like, oh, what am I going to wear for my shoot? And you're trying to put things together and all, and you find out, oh God, I don't have a red shoe to go with this beautiful dress. And you say, okay, I'll get it the next morning. And you're like, oh, you rush down to the ATM and the ATM is telling you, operator switch, issuer switch not operational, or I can't remember the error message. It messes up your shoot. And the truth is, if you had something in mind, if that thing doesn't work out, it gets you agitated. And once you're agitated, it shows in the photos. But if you prepare ahead of time, it sorts out all that. I've had shoots where people are making dresses for the shoots, and the designer, the tailor who put the dress together is supposed to meet them at the studio with the dress. And the tailor brings the dress and it's too big. Or sometimes it's too tight and we have to squeeze in and hold their breath for the shoot. And it shows. And the truth is, anytime you look at that photo, all you tend to see is the faults of that dress. Or if you use a green shoe instead of a red shoe because you couldn't get to buy that morning, what you have is bad memories. You look at the picture, or even if you manage to Photoshop it for you, you're like, this was green, how come they turned it to red? And you're trying to look, taking away from the joy and the satisfaction you're supposed to derive. Prepare for your shoot. It's good to have snacks. stuff to nibble on, because most times shoots, particularly family shoots, take a minimum of 3 to 4 hours. If you have kids, it's good for you to have little stuff that you could bribe them with when they begin to get restless. Maybe a chocolate here or a candy there or biscuits. You know, it's good to have fizzy drinks with a lot of sugar in it so it keeps the energy level high. For those of you who love music, in short, as a matter of fact, even if you don't love music, it's very important that you have music playing during the shoot because it creates an atmosphere and it keeps the energy going. So, if it's just you, fine. If you have your music on your phone, bring it to the studio, they'll connect it to the sound system there, and you have that playing at the background, the ambient music. If it's a family shoot, make sure you have a collection of music that represents everybody's taste. So you could take two of your son's favorite songs from your daughter, from your husband, and put it. So from time to time, everybody has their own, and you know, it adds to the experience. It adds to the bonding experience. So prepare for your shoot. It's very, very important. That brings us to tip number 4. Tip number 4, rest well the night before your shoot. If you do not rest well the night before your shoot, it will show in your eyes. And the portrait is all about the eyes. The focus is on the eyes. If you don't rest well, most times your eyes tend to be bloodshot, so they're red, and you have eye bags underneath here. You can't cheat nature. Apart from the fact that you won't look very good in your pictures, photos don't lie. It will show that you're tired, that's one. 2, you will not be mentally alert. And if care is not taken, you tend to get cranky. So please rest well before your shoot. Tip number 5. On the D-Day, please arrive on time. Arrive on time, it's very important. When you arrive on time for your shoot, the people who are going to be serving you, and by these people I mean the photographer, the makeup artist, the hairstylist, and if you're quite elaborate, the stylist, they'll feel respected. They tend to take a client who gets in a few minutes before a shoot as a serious client. And as a result, they are encouraged to give in their best. And they would not drag their feet because they know this is a time-conscious person. So please arrive on time. If you arrive late, people might begin to get impatient and the tendency is to want to rush through the shoot. When you arrive on time, you're able to discuss, you're able to go through the process, and everything would go well. Tip number 6, work with your photographer. Why did you hire him in the first place? Because he's professional, right? Yeah, that's why you're paying him big bucks. So let him do his work, okay? It's not encouraging when you have a client who is telling you what goes well and what doesn't go well, and they take over the shoot. The photographer is a professional. He spent years doing that same task over and over again, so he knows stuff better than you do. I'm not saying that you should just sit down and he tells you, raise up your leg, and you raise it up. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, work with him. If he tells you do this, you could ask, why don't we try this? Let him see it as a cooperation, as a collaboration, you know, and not you taking over the shoot. I remember there was a shoot I did for a client at some point, and the client took over. Unfortunately, it was a 3-hour shoot. He only allowed me to do my work for 15 minutes. For the rest of the 1 hour, 45 minutes, we couldn't get more than 3 good pictures. So please, work with your photographer. Tip number 7, make sure your photographer has a say in selecting the final images. This brings me back to the point. Why did you hire him in the first place? You hired him because he's professional, right? And you trusted his abilities, and you saw his work and you liked it, and you hired him. So please let him have a say. There was a shoot I did, and the client insisted it was all the wrong pictures that she picked. Meanwhile, we had treasures, but they never saw the light of day. Let your photographer have a say. Sometimes the mother contracts the photographer, and she likes the way her lipstick is looking in this picture. Meanwhile, her husband's tie is this way, and the daughter was in between a blink. But because she likes her lipstick, that's the photo she's choosing to put on the wall. your photographer would advise you. And probably if you like the lip so much, you probably might be able to do a trick in Photoshop and transfer that lip to a picture where your husband and your daughter is looking fine. So please let him have a say. You look at things from your own perspective, but your photographer is independent. He's looking at things from a holistic point of view, looking at the balance, looking at the angles, the positioning and everything. So please give him a say. And the last point, which is very important. You can see I'm not smiling again. Very, very serious now. When you're done shooting, make sure you print something. I can't overemphasize this. Most times people finish a shoot and they look at it and admire it and they put 1 or 2 pictures up on Facebook and that's the end. All your preparation, all the money you spent on makeup, all the money you spent on hairstylists and you paid the photographer and everything. You only put it up on Facebook or put it on your system so that only you'll be looking at it. No, please print something. Print something and hang on the wall. When people come to your house, they see the beautiful picture of your kids. That starts up discussions. Print something. Print something. It's very important. All right. So, with the photo on the wall, on your table, or wherever you choose to put it, I guess my work is done. But I have a disclaimer though. All these points apply only if you're using a professional photographer. If it's not professional, you're on your own. All right then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this post and visit our other social media platforms. On Instagram, we're at Photolighthouse, at Photolighthouse Weddings, and at Photolighthouse Archie, _Archie. So please feel free to like our page. We look forward to reading your comments. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.